foreman of the Archmasons. Foreman. Greetings, nobles, ladies, and distinguished guests. Welcome to our arch production. Please allow your mind to skip and pretend you are witnessing arch workers dressed in ancient attire, constructing an arch, stone by stone, before your very eyes. And during this presentation, the arch foreman will demonstrate the working tools of an entered apprentice, fellow craft, and master mason, and how they were used when building arches and structures in ancient time. Today, with the symbolic building of an arch and placing of key stones, we want to give you an overview of who we are, what we do, and why we do it. Every Masonic meeting is opened with prayer, and in every shrine meeting, the Holy Bible is one of the books on the altar, and it attests to our belief in a supreme being. Masonry, or Freemasons as we are referred to, originated in the medieval era of the stonemasons. And this is why we use builders' tools as symbols to teach basic moral truths. The 3 degrees of masonry are taught in ancient tradition, as King Solomon's temple was built in 966 BC. And they are designed to increase knowledge and fulfill the desire to be of greater service to fellow man. And in doing so, our members become wiser, freer, and happier. The primary reason most men petition the Masonic Lodge is to associate themselves with an organization that adheres to values, promotes charity, fellowship, service to others, and includes family activity. The fraternity of Freemasonry is the oldest and largest fraternity in the world, and there is no higher degree in Freemasonry than that of a Master Mason. It tells me, no matter where I travel in the world, I am welcome to visit a place where fellowship prevails among brothers and friends. Our first degree.
Initially gathered in our meeting rooms, or Blue Lodge, we meet first degree or entered apprentice masons whose working tools are the 24-inch gauge and the common gavel. The 24-inch gauge is an instrument made use of by operative Masons to measure and lay out their work. But we, as free and accepted Masons, are taught to make use of it for the more noble and glorious purposes of dividing our time. Being divided into 24 equal parts is emblematic of the 24 hours of the day, which we are taught to divide into 3 equal parts, whereby we are found 8 hours for the service of God and distressed worthy brother, 8 for our usual vocations, and 8 for refreshment and sleep. The common gavel is an instrument made use of by operative Masons to break off the corners of rough stones, to better fit them for the builder's use. But we as free and accepted Masons are taught to make use of it for the more noble and glorious purpose of divesting our hearts and consciences of all vices and superfluities of life, thereby fitting in our minds as living stones for that spiritual building. That house, made not of hands, eternal in the heavens. It is here the foundation for Masonry is laid.
Our second degree.
In the second degree of Masonry, we meet a fellow craft Mason whose working tools are the plumb, the square, and the level. The plumb is an instrument made use of by operative Masons to raise perpendiculars, the square to square their work, and the level to lay horizontals. But we as free and accepted Masons are taught to make use of them for a noble and glorious purpose. The plumb admonishes us to walk uprightly in our several stations before God and man, squaring our actions by the square of virtue, and ever remembering that we are traveling upon the level of time to that undiscovered country from whom born no traveler ever returns.
Our third degree.
In the third and final degree of Masonry, we meet a master Mason whose working tool is the trowel. The trowel is an instrument used by operative Masons to spread the cement of a building into one common mass. But we, as free and accepted Masons, are taught to make use of it for the more noble and glorious purpose of spreading cement which unites us into one sacred band or society of friends and brothers, among whom no contention should ever exist, but that noble contention, or rather emulation, of who can best work and best agree.
And so by now, men have become master Masons, learning that the guiding tenets of brotherly love, relief, and truth will support them in becoming the people that they were meant to become, and so that they could be of service to others. The only prerequisite degree to become a noble is that of a master Mason. And so, with the working tools of Freemasonry in place, optional opportunities for further knowledge can be obtained in the York Rite and the Scottish Rite. The York Rite.
The York Rite is an independent body of Freemasonry in which a master Mason may proceed to supplement and amplify the Blue Lodge degrees, affording historical background on the work and meaning of Freemasonry.
The Scottish Rite.
The Scottish Rite is an independent body of Freemasonry in which a Master Mason may proceed after completing the 3 degrees of Masonry. Scottish Rite amplifies and elaborates on the lessons of the Blue Lodge degrees.
The Shrine is an international organization. Members belong to the Masonic Lodge and abide by the principles of Freemasonry: brotherly love, relief, and truth. The Shrine has a rich and illustrious history. The fraternity was the brainchild of Dr. Walter Fleming and actor Billy Florence. They wanted to set up a new fraternal order in which Masons could join together in fellowship and fun. 13 Masons organized the first Shrine Temple in 1872 in Mecca Temple, New York City. They needed an appealing theme for this new order, so they chose the Arabic theme. And the most notable symbol of the Shrine is the distinctive red fez with a black tassel that all Shriners wear at official functions. The fez derives its name from the place where it was first manufactured, the city of Fez, Morocco, and it dates back to about 980 AD. The International Shrine has a membership of 350,000 members and has a buoyant philosophy, which has been expressed as pleasure without intemperance, hospitality without rudeness, and jollity without coarseness. There are 196 shrine temples located worldwide, and there are many notable nobles.
Because Shriners are men who enjoy life, fun is a large part of the Shrine. Shriners, along with their ladies, their families, and friends, have many opportunities to enjoy the fun the Shrine has to offer. Activities such as football, parades, dances, circuses, banquets, and social events offer something for every member of the family. So through fellowship and philanthropy, the Shrine strengthens the soul and adds inner meaning to daily life. It spreads a glow of joy through one's entire family. The Shrine is a prestigious organization that represents quality ideals and values. Many of the world's most respected men, including business, military, intellectual, actors, political, and religious leaders, have been or are Shriners. That number includes Presidents Franklin D. Roosevelt, Harry S. Truman, Gerald Ford. I might add, if you have the opportunity to visit our local Shrine Hospital, Red Skelton, a Shriner, has 3 paintings hung there. Also, if you have the opportunity to visit the Will Rogers Memorial in Claremore, Oklahoma, his fez is displayed in that memorial. Shriners are men of good character and reputation, quality individuals who offer good fellowship, who support the family, and the Shriners Hospitals for Children.
Let's hear a few words about our greatest philanthropy.
The heart and soul of the Shrine are our Shriners Hospitals for Children. The Shrine began this philanthropy when the representatives at the 1920 Imperial Session voted unanimously to establish Shriners Hospitals. The first Shriners Hospital opened in Shreveport, Louisiana in 1922. 40 years later, the Shrine became aware of another enemy of children, the severe burn. To meet this need, the Shrine operates 4 Shriners Hospitals specializing in burn care. Each has a threefold purpose of helping children. By 1, treating children with burn injuries, 2, conducting burn research, and 3, training medical personnel. In addition to orthopedic and burn care, Shriners Hospitals are actively engaged in research, striving to find cures for crippling childhood diseases, and serve as major teaching centers, affiliated with many of the top colleges and universities in North America. The Shrine also founded 3 spinal cord injury hospitals. These units provide treatment and rehabilitation to children with spinal cord injuries. Today, there are 18 orthopedic Shriners Hospitals, 3 burn Shriners Hospitals, and 1 hospital providing orthopedic, burn, and spinal cord injury care. Since 1922, 1,300,000 children plus have received treatment at the 22 Shriners Hospitals. current budget is rapidly approaching $1 billion.
Yes, the shrine has restored bodies of children to their highest level of usefulness. The shrine continues to offer research and development, train physicians, and other medical professionals all over the world in the latest methods of treatment. We provide care regardless of a patient's ability to pay. And Shriners Hospital is without a doubt the world's greatest philanthropy. Major newspapers over North America and the world have reported that the Shriners Hospital for Children and our treatment and care centers are listed with headlines in their papers, such as Shriners, they're more than just about pheasants. Or Shriners, help when others can't. Shriners, they make a difference. Shriners work miracles. Next stop, healing, and Shriners care in many ways. Nobles, ladies, friends. Our nobles truly understand the emotion, the feeling, and the love that they receive when they stoop to help a child or carry the burdens of a brother. At this time, if you'll please listen to our rendition of an old red fez.
My old red fez has faded a bit. Every time I look at it, I view the past of memory's door, scenes that will come no more. Voices and faces of yesteryear, through the magic of old red fez appear, to remind me of the joys that once were mine, and happy days with the mystic shrine. My old red fez has faded a bit, but that hasn't dimmed my love for it. For into this bit of old headgear is woven the friendship of many a year. It knows the touch of a friendly hand and symbolizes, you understand. The things that are so good and fine in our beloved shrine. My old red fez has faded a bit, but I am still mighty proud of it. Proud of the things for which it stands, to meet the courage with every test. Proud of the memories that are still mine, of the noble men of the mystic shrine. My old red fez has faded a bit, and someday I will take leave of it. But not without a friendly smile, for it has been mine for a long, long while. And if allowed in some future state on earth's affairs to meditate, happiness will indeed be mine, as oft I think of the mystic shrine. Here's to the red fez and the men who have worn it. May love and loyalty ever adorn it. May the sun of good fellowship eternally shine in the hearts of men of the mystic shrine.
Now, if you'll please attend to the badge of a Shriner.
Well, this little bit next is directed specifically at our new candidates tonight, so take heed. And it applies to all of us, but it's really relevant. And this is what I'm speaking of here. I am the scimitar and crescent that you wear upon your coat. You proclaim that you're a Shriner. I'm a sign for men to note. I'm a symbol that your fellows have abiding faith in you. They believe that you are worthy and trust in all you do. But I wonder, fellow nobles, as I meet you here and there, if you've really caught the meaning of this little badge you wear. Are you mindful of my splendor? Are you watchful of my fame? You're careful when you travel not to bring me into shame. I proclaim that you're a Shriner. Every passerby can see that you're pledged to do the right thing wheresoever you may be. But worldwide, your brothers suffer loss and injury if you ever do a wrong act that a Shriner wouldn't do. By this token that you're wearing, you're expected to be fine. We've taught the world it's something to be chosen by the shrine. And the man who wears this emblem has his fellows guarantee that a gentleman of honor he is known and pledged to be. But if he should fail that task by some thoughtless word or whim, all Shriners worldwide over will be put to shame by him. By this scimitar and crescent, which so proudly you display, you're bound to live and travel in a bigger, better way. You must dignify this emblem so that none whom you may meet, be he friend or foe, may whisper that the shrine is but a cheat. You must play the man at all times and keep your conduct fair and be worthy of this crescent and scimitar you wear. Thank you.